I don't care. Firefly. I don't think I trust Bomb Squad right now. Lockalar. Don't draft secrets. Cookie. Drakefire. Still go for that Arcane Breath, but didn't work out every time last time. Could take Babel. Facial Shard. Fallen Hero. I want Mare. Could go with another Cookie. Fireball. Another stable hand? I say another because we had one in the last draft. I'd rather have Bomb Squad. I didn't want the Bomb Squad before, but I'll take that one. Spellkin. Volcanic Potion. I like Basilisk, but maybe not enough. Another Volcanic Potion? So often they don't play into it. Night Captain's great. Spellkin again. Albatross. Corporal? Yeah, stick random spell. Maybe I should go Corporal. Snowman I'm happy to see. Dragon Breath. Elemental. 3 of them. Honestly, I think I should probably still just take Argus. Could even think about Sheep. Ugh, Bitter Tide. I mean, too easy to get you killed. Sky Talon. Shooting Star. Another Drakefire? Alright. Okay, well, we've got those, like 3 elementals. I'll take Steam Surge over Wing Commander. That's pretty easy. Hippogriff is good. Mistress? I don't think I want Dragon Breath. Azure with Arcane Breath. We get less dragons than last time. Like, well, we got the 2 Spellkins. Shivering Sorceress. Make a Drakefire cost 9. Could actually be significant. Another Snowman. Happy to see that. That I'm really happy to see. Double Snowman. That's great. Triple Snowman. Yeah, there's an A2, so maybe I should just take Primordial as something to do on 2. But I'm really, honestly excited for the Triple Snowman. Never run out of cards. Never. Yeah. Yeah, this has to be Direwolf. Oh, terrible last pick. Terrible. Awful card, awful card. Not great card. If we get Snowman, could be. It doesn't have to be Snowman. Okay, fine. We'll play until we lose. As soon as we lose a game. I'm stopping. It's done streaming, gonna play Elden Ring.
Jaina versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
I'll dance circles around you.
Oh no. I think I did find some note about some area that I missed. Could try to take a look at that, maybe.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Purple Snowman 2 doesn't. That's true. That's true. Maybe that was a reason to take a 3rd Snowman. Because it makes it harder to draw in the wrong order.
I want to cast the spell. This might sting.
Good random spell. It is good to see Thrifty. Thrifty Amble does stream. Things like Elden Ring. Like we might do a little of, I don't know. I don't know yet.
This might sting.
So fun. He says there's many places I can see in Elden Ring but can't get to. Oh yeah? Interesting. That's interesting. I not stuff that's up, stuff that's down, right? I was thinking I haven't experienced that too much in Elden Ring, but I actually did experience that with some ravines and stuff that I couldn't get down into. There's a rune. There's a rune. Maybe it's smarter to take the snap freeze. I still have the 3-1 on board, but I've never claimed to be that smart. It's probably a lie. There's probably a clip of me going, I am the smartest man this side of the Mississippi.
Light sees, and the impure fall.
It's boom o'clock.
Be gone!
Use that for the room. There's a hole where you can see. Can't seem to get to. Oh. Oh.
A simple spell.
If you're looking at what I think you're looking at, I can tell you how to get there if you want.
Boom.
Steal me. Like a lot of times, there's a fake wall. There's a fake wall in one of the rooms in the building. That's the main focus, that area. I'm saying all these words like building, and so that, you know, I'm not spoiling anything directly for people that might be playing Elden Ring right now. Oh, 50 said it's actually this way, not this way. I figured you were looking this way. That way? Noise? That's a cliff. It looks like this. Oh, yeah. That's through a fake wall. That's through a fake wall. One of the characters in the building will hint at it, talking about hearing noises from inside the walls. I get TH, because I don't want to say the whole name. It's too easy to mispronounce. For the follow, I appreciate.
I wonder.
Alright, we got a good shooting star here. Maybe I should take Tyrant over Ysera. My hand is just too full for Ysera. It really is. I got 9 mana, 10 mana, 9 mana. I can't empty my hand for this. I can't even get to a building. Wait, what? Wait, where are you? You gotta... You know, you gotta, I guess, come way around to the east, then. You aren't where I thought you were. I think I wanted that to hit anything but the 6/6. Even hitting my face seemed fine. 25 health. And he says, wait, there are buildings? Where's the spoiler warning building ring, right? It's absolutely lethal every time. Probably not anymore. I was gonna say it only needs to do 3 damage, but now it needs to do like 1 billion damage. Now it needs to do like 1 billion damage. Fought this, then got lost. Let's see, so again, more my spores. There's 2 of those, sort of near. But you can't be talking about the second one, so you went up some cliffs. You went up some cliffs and you fought some birds, right? And then you fought that boss? Actually, the unlimited pings could be useful. I guess we'll stick the 8-8.
You ain't seen nothing.
I will.
No. Around this way. And head south. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you're talking about where I think you're talking about, and yeah, it's just kind of funny because it's like, if you're where I think you are, you like just needed to look slightly to the right. There would be a giant building.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful, the building. Alright, I guess we will play the Ruin. The Direwolf was only 1-off lethal, though. Mir got a copy of Drakefire. Elemental Allies, Arcane Breath, does get a random spell. Snap Freeze, Flame Strike clears the board. Another secret. And, oh, I shoot my own Kazaka-san. Oops. Oops.
I don't time runs out on me.
Tusks won't stop shattering.
Yeah, hopefully this is good enough. Mirror Entity, Potion Polymorph. And it actually cast in the right order, right? If they play a minion, I believe we get the mirror and then it turns into a sheep. If the sheep was before the mirror, then it sheeps first and we get a copy of the sheep.
Your hands are shaking.
You have been.
Alright. And we were already kind of a winning position. It's one of the better runes we've played. Alright, so we play until we lose. So we play until we lose. So I can play Elden Ring and day off, kicking in things due next week. So we get to into it. Just mom, hey.
Dance circles around you.
Not recommending it. Well, I am recommending the game. Not recommending shirking responsibilities. There is a building. Just talking in very, very vague terms. He was like, oh, building. Building somewhere? Big?
Can't go round, gotta go through. Nice to meet you.
Well, they can hero power the 2-1, but they can also ram the 2-1. I would describe that as a potential mistake. They could have simply taken 2 damage and kept a ram in their hand for later. Instead, they used a ram and skipped their hero power, just to save 2 damage to their face. I don't think that's typically worth it. If I flip this and trade there, we get a 4/4 on board, and their board is clear. If we trade and ping and trade, we can play the Fallen Hero. They have a 3. We have a 3/1 that can just ram anyway. Do the cookie. Okay, they still got that ram. They do have more cards than us.
My eyes are open.
Same deal as before. When we trade here, we know they can ram this or hero power it, but oh well. Oh well. I think it's still definitely the way to go.
Make this look easy.
Ugh. Now they are, I think, 10,000 cards ahead of us. I'm not a mathematician, but I think that's 10,000 cards. Is Juicy spammy? Wish it was mine.
Tazdingo! Yes!
This always draws a snowman. Just thinking about Fireball Glyph. Rolling Fireball. Break Fire. I'm running out of cards.
And you get a spell.
Why did I think I still had 2 mana? I could have sworn I saw the hero power light up.
Time runs out on me.
I want to look at that replay to see if I was seeing lights or not. Because initially I was going to say, okay, let's trade a river clock, and then I'm like, oh, the hero power is lit up. Oh, the hero power is lit up. Fine, I'll just go trade and ping then. First thing Lightning said in 4 hours. I draw any card except Snowman. Okay, 7/7 taunt versus a bigger body on the Malagos. I know they can kill the taunt with trade, ram anyway. Double Malagoosh.
Job done.
4/12, 4/12, 6/6. Lighting, yeah. Because I wasn't seeing things, or I was seeing things apparently.
Give me your best shot.
Yeah. Damage. I'm genuinely considering up to tell. Yeah, I was just thinking we're not playing Time Fin anymore. I'm genuinely considering this trade and this trade just so they can't have another Troll Centurion. Hit the Malagos. I get to keep the 6/2 as well, technically, which was gonna die the other direction, but yeah. Where's the crack trade? Yeah. Yeah, they missed once. I was getting ready to say, ugh, best targets. Ugh, best targets. I was prepped. Think about tempoing the ram, I guess. We can trade and do 4 damage for 1 mana and play the Snogre. The Localar still draws the Snowman unless we draw it first, naturally. I don't know. They know I have that Snogre. Maybe they're ready for it. Maybe they're ready for it in some way. Big Game Hunter. Deathwing. Hard to think of many options for Druid. Yikes! I specifically put Malagos lower on health so that we couldn't get Centurion again. And it happened anyway.
This valley will be your icy tomb.
I was gonna go Direwolf, Snowman, Mistress, do the Babel next turn. The only reason I'm thinking of playing Babel is because I could get Ice Barrier. Specifically.
My power is infinite.
Side effects? No.
Sure hope they can't do 6 burst damage. That seems tough, but I also thought they'd have a tough time dealing with the 9/9.
Balance in all things.
That doesn't have Mage in terms of burst damage. Okay. Random spell first.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Make a copy of... maybe Mistress of Mixtures. I could use the 8 healing. I think I can boost up the lethal with like a copy of Direwolf because it ends up over here.
What time runs out on me?
Side effects? No.
Wait, I thought... wow. I am not getting the results I expect out of the game because I'm misremembering things. I thought that Molten Reflection puts the minion on the far right. But put it directly to the right, which messed up the Direwolf in the first place. It worked out though, sort of. They can very easily win from here. Guess Volcanic Potion's what we want to draw. We got 2 of them. Nope. If they have Power of the Wild, we're dead. There's actually quite a lot of ways to die.
It's boom o'clock.
Feel very fortunate that we're alive. There's the Volcanic Potion, 1 turn too late, because now we're going raid boss.
I'm the Brood Mother. Don't you ever forget you ain't seen nothing.
If you think positive goods, you can do it. Well, that's the point. Now, I've said we can't do it. We can't do it. Well, maybe not, but I've said oof. And now it's like, oh, well, now we win with Raid Boss, and this is where we lose. This is where we lose, somehow. Better use Sammy voice tune. Now, yeah, the Onyxia does not get hit in the middle of the volcano. Fortunately for us. If Henry voice change, yeah, which...
Ew.
Okay, I was waiting to see if they played a third Centurion. Trade the Noyotron, play the third Centurion. That's what I was waiting on. Alright, so I gotta still figure this out. Well, it's not that hard to figure out. Volcanic Potion. Hippogriff. Here's the face. Yeah, they can only win with Deathwing now. I had something for the anime voice trim. What was it? It was just the idea of... Oh, you know...
I can see.
It's too late, but what I was gonna do was just the, you know... What like Glavy says. You can do this. I still believe that in this game you can turn things around if you have faith and the power of the cards. Wow, thanks, Yugi. I was talking to your opponent. I was talking to the druid. They were losing because of your stupid cheating raid boss. I thought they could pull it off. Alright, well. I thought that was the end. When they only needed 4 damage to kill us, and they had the board full of 2/2s, thought they were just gonna do some type of hand buff, or not hand buff, board buff with like Power of the Wild, or have a lightning bolt plus hero power, because I don't think I was counting hero power. Lightning bolt plus hero power from the discovered shaman card.
Will fight with honor.
I'll
But-
dance circles around you.
We're still alive. We're still alive. We can special roaster. Every game is a, I don't know, potential Titanic. Those Troll Centurions both doing 8 damage honorable kill to my face. That's the thunk. What was that? Oh, it's fine. We still have 3 holes left. Thunk. Uh-oh. Just have convinced save does the emotional roller coaster on purpose. I almost stopped playing. When we lost those 3 games. I was disappointed.
Reporting for duty.
I said we'll play until we lose. I'm on the rocks emotionally here for the game. This is a very good start for us here.
I love omelets.
It's fine.
Smells
3/4 or get the snowman rolling. I think we just go for the 3/4. The save is a glass cage of emotions. So I do keep everything bottled up. But if anything breaks it, then everything comes spilling out. Okay, that sounds emotionally healthy. Okay, as long as you got that established.
Reporting for duty.
Got coin, hippogriff technically. Would usually rather surprise them. Alright, I'll start rolling the snowman now. The problem is that they can play Knight Captain here. But if they play Knight Captain, I mean, I guess we have to trade the 3/4 and play the Hippogriff. We'll get a 3/1 Wind Fury. It's not what I want to happen, but at least we're thinking about it. It's good to see that. I don't think I've said I said a classic to an old Star Trek meme video that I posted on Discord. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Don't sit on the consoles. Oh, it's actually an Anchorman reference. It's a queso motion. Ah, the... I recognize the... whatever percent of the time it works every time reference, but that one I don't think I would have caught anyway. They say it's been, wow, that's been crazy long, hasn't it? It's been 7 years. What? No, hold on, wait, no. It's yeah, it actually has been just over a month. I thought we'd seen you a little more recently than that.
Destiny.
Hope it's been a good month, Dixon. Welcome back. Hope it's going well now. All right, are we going right into Kona Cold, or are we doing something different? We go trade, fireball, trade. Primordial Glyph, that's an option. Wow, I actually have a ton of spells in hand. It's like all spells. I can Deep Breath coin Ping. That means I'm not coining out the Drakefire later.
Time runs out on me.
There's how the run so far. We had some good runs yesterday. We got the 11 and 12 yesterday. Today we had 2 decks I thought would do quite well, do quite badly. We had 1-7. It's 11 and 12, yeah, it's been the only good day of Hearthstone in like the last 8 days, but hey, that's better than 0, you know?
A little distracted.
Freeze an enemy. Your minions can't be frozen. They probably should have done that in the other order. Probably. Maybe.
Finally.
Alright. Super passive 5, you can't lose me, right? Oh, there's always Raid Boss Onyxia. If we don't use our coin here, next turn we can go coin Drakefire into Drakefire. Turn after that. We got this like flip and trade, but I think I'd just rather play the Snow Brute. So that was yesterday. Oh yeah, I clarified that today's not been as good. ATD, good to see you. ATD returns. So we get to catch you again. I almost stopped playing. I said we'd play until we lose. Then I said we'd play until we lose. That's actually correct. That's correct. Well, unless they want to kill the 3/5. Just your Sarah's body. Gildar. I don't know. I got a lot more expensive stuff to play.
What to do?
Plus, I can flip Ysera to 12 damage. I could trade off the Hippogriff to get an extra whelp. Sleepy serious one. Big damage. Big damage. Yeah, like, zero cards on turn 5. Oh dear, what's going on? What is happening? Bridge. Please don't bunker. Please don't bunker. Okay, they didn't bunker. They didn't bunker. No complaints. Although I can't flip Ysera anymore. Well, I can, but it would be the 1/4. Can I get lethal?
What to do? What to do?
Believe so.
Insolence! Every nightmare must end. Insolence!
Time runs out on me.
I ended up 1 off. Was there a way to do it? Quite possibly.
This valley will be your icy tomb.
I bet there was a way to do that. And some people thought that was an easy lethal may have not been accounting for the extra 2 health. He says ping your guy. Well, if you ping your guy and you slide a minion in, you get 1 extra damage from the slide, but you missed 1 damage from the ping. Shooting Star, actually, I think would have given me lethal last turn. If you used the flip on the full rate taunt, quite possibly. Okay, hold on and say you, Sarah. That one's true. That one's true. Alright. So we play, we lose. Still been lost. Ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da.
Jaina versus Cariel!
I stand for Friends of the Light.
I'll dance circles around you.
I want the Shooting Star against Paladin? Possibly. Oh, actually, this is interesting. That's 3 damage for 1 mana, but... keeping the Azure seems too slow to me. Yes, AT says, by the way, today is my birthday. Well, I would say...
Looking for a group?
I would say... Happy birthday. I would say you're one of the most valued member of Chat's ATD. Always happy to have you here. I would say those things. But you said maybe if you picked Koldar instead, you say you would have lethal, and that just, you know, that just hurts me, so, nah. What day is today? It's ATD's birthday. What a day for a birthday. Let's all have some cake. That's the song. That's the song. Coin.
The light dims.
Ah.
Fight.
Ah. Alright. Actually pretty okay. Doesn't matter which one I ping if I'm trading there. Looks like they got the dragon buff, so they've got a dragon buffed by +3/+3. At birthday, at dog.
Can't go round.
Sure, somebody heard the Shivering Sorcerer's card. It's good, isn't it? Oh, yeah. You know, 1 mana, 2/2 is just good in general, honestly. It still is, even after, you know, Blazing Battle Mage came out like a whole 2 years ago. Or 2.5 or whatever it's been. And it's got the added benefit of hopefully making one of your spells cost less.
Once upon a time.
Druid 1-mana 2/2 command even earlier. It's true, it's true. That was a class card. Then Blazing Battle Mage power creeped it to neutral.
A simple spell.
Into the breach.
Another shooting star. Ah, see, we had the shooting star in our initial opening hand. I said it's kind of interesting with Azure Explorer, but it's too slow. Now we've redrawn the Azure anyway.
I must concede.
I'm looking forward to this combo. I'm very excited to play it. No! I need that R button. I need that R button, because we played it in that trailer the other day. I'm super excited to play this combo.
No!
No! No! I won the game! Gift that win to ATD. Happy birthday.
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Hola.
Your soul shall be mine.
I'll dance circles around you.
Alright. We're gonna keep both of these. It's a long-term strategy. Peter gets a gifted sub from ATD. I don't know why ATD's gifting me things on their birthday, but
Excellent decision.
thank you very much for the support, ATD.
The iron mine is mine.
At dog ATD09 with the 11 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Oh dear. I like you're the second person, Dredge, just to say that. Because I'm a big nerd, people just they don't say, "Did you see Batman?" They say, "What did you think of Batman?" I haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to theaters. I'm not going to theaters. I still want to be in an enclosed space if I can avoid it. Try not to get sick. But I hope it's good. People were telling me good things. I liked the initial trailer, but I haven't seen it. I probably won't see it for like 3 months. Sorry. Do I ever coin out the Dragon Breath?
Time runs out on me.
This is totally assumed. If there was a Star Wars movie coming out, well, I might have to risk getting sick for that. But I didn't go to the theater for Spider-Man. I'm not going to the theater for Batman. I wish things were still coming to HBO, online like they were before. I enjoyed watching Wonder Woman and Dune and Matrix just from here. And just to say, if I'm a nerd, I don't believe it. I thought this was a Jock stream. Jock, it is my responsibility to make fun of nerds. Nerd! Hey, you get a load of the nerd? Beg your pardon? I don't know what we're doing here. Let's hope that streaming new movies at home would stay. It has accelerated the release windows, though, right? The release windows used to be... Well, they used to be, like, almost a year. Years and years ago. And then it went down to, like, 9 months, then it went down to, like, 6 months. Now it's down to, like, 3 months. Now it's down to, like, 90 days.
What?
It's lower than ever before, but it's not simultaneous, unfortunately.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Time runs out on me.
Hot for you.
Thought a bit about Coin Argus, but I think this will still lead us into a volcanic potion. Something like from Spaceballs. No, that was even better. It's out in stores before the movie is finished. That was Instacassettes. Like a lot of video games now, they're out in stores before the game is finished. Gotta wait for a patch. Just for me, Batman is a property that I think you would go see if there's a number of circumstances. For David, you know, I certainly saw Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises, as much as that one wasn't as good as the other two, in theaters.
A simple spell.
Make a wish. Just playing shooting stars all day.
Look what I brought.
Oh, this particular Batman? Like I said, you know, yeah, burn the Drakefire, that's probably fine. I thought the trailer, Pattinson looked fine. He had the voice. He had the angry Batman voice. That's all I ask.
And you get a spell.
He says they've not fixed the bug with like the Alterac board. You love Dark Knight. Dark Knight's great. Yeah, Dark Knight Rises, not as great. Ugh. That was man, I guess it didn't kill any of my stuff, but
What to do? What to do?
I think Rises was better than Begins. I definitely like Begins better, but that's personal preference. The whole joke line there. Why'd you get what I was saying? What? Why would I not?
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Time runs out on me.
Two 6/6s against their 6/6. We still have 13 health showing here. They're good. I could believe if you sit like that. I got you. Yeah. I really like how Gotham feels like dark and grimy in Begins. You know, as much as I like Dark Knight, I didn't like, you know, they moved it like bright, shiny Chicago. Like everything else about Dark Knight, but I liked how grimy Batman Begins felt. Okay, what are we doing here? We need to recover. We need to recover now. If we play Argus, fortunately with the play I think I'm making, it doesn't actually take all that much to beat us.
My shield for Argus.
I can do it a little differently. I can do it a little differently than I initially planned. I have a much higher chance of living, at least.
This might sting.
It's a very, very defensive play, though. Very, very, very defensive. I also almost played Mana Bind instead of the Snowman, because I know that this is a spell in the middle. I know they got at least one spell. I mean, check scores to... Oh, not great. Not great. It was like... 7-5-2. 5-4-7-2.
Better you than me.
Yesterday was 11-12. Yesterday was good. Alright. Are we toast? Toast because of the abomination? Well, I could freeze it. Actually, I can kill it with trade, shooting star ping. Guess if I try the spell, I could get a snap freeze. I'd still have the backup plan of shooting star ping.
A simple spell.
Well, we got it. Good call. Guess it. I know they have at least one spell in hand. His luck begins. Could this one then Percy shut him back and flush out the how? But do you like Begins more than the Dark Knight, Thrifty? I'm just curious,
Who is next on the chopping
I know you like Terminator 1 more than Terminator 2. Yes. All right, you just like the first ones a lot more. More than most people. Little contrarian. Well, the Herald draws nothing, but would we rather play Herald and Snowbrute? I mean, I feel like they're setting up for a Troll Centurion.
This valley will be a spicy too.
So if I play... I'm eventually gonna have to play these 9/9s anyway, but if I play at 9/9, and they just have like Mortal Coil plus Troll Centurion, we're dead. We get our own copy of Fellfire in the Hole, but now we are down to either 6 health or 5 health. Is Terminator 2 or Aliens the better sequel? I'd say Terminator 2, hands down. I like it. I really like Alien though. I like Aliens too, but I really like Alien. Whereas, even though I really like Terminator, I like Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. 50 still agrees Terminator 2 is still the better sequel. But yeah, both a solid pair of movies. Another Fellfire in the Hole. I'm down to 4. Oh dear. I assume they can kill me next turn. Not much we can do about it. Stretch this. Paid for HP Max to watch Matrix Forward stopped halfway through. I'd say it gets better, but it doesn't really. It doesn't really get better or worse. Okay, well, continue to not have many particular options, do we? We've got Bomb Squad Hippogriff, which lets me put them to 5, but then if they kill the Bomb Squad, we die. Venture says, which is worse, Terminator 3 or Aliens 3? That one would be controversial. Some people really like Alien 3. I don't like Alien 3. I thought Terminator 3 had some merits. Terminator 3 has more bad parts than Alien 3, but I just don't like Alien 3 at all. But, yeah. I don't like either of them. Oh, AT's talked about Fellfire to try a draw Fireball for lethal. Now, I could also draw Volcanic Potion or Arcane Breath, or Primordial Glyph, or Drakefire Amulet. Because Alien 3 didn't bother you sound story, but tries to destroy the first 2. Well, yeah, kills off 2 of the characters in the first 12 seconds. Last Crusade. And a Drain Soul. Okay. HD speaks way too soon when saying, I guess we just win. I still got no board. I only have 1 dragon to activate these arcane breaths. Use one of them, but not the other, maybe? Yeah, look at the Fellfire. Mass Polymorph, I mean, I can go Mass Polymorph Shooting Star, but then I'm not going to have a board myself.
Time runs out on me.
I'm going Ping Hippogriff. Now I could do this. Because it's cost reduced. Like the original... Oh no, right, Safe File 17 better than the original Safe File 1. I don't know. Safe File 1 was a really, really, really great streamer of, you know, those black and white Nintendo games and Pong. It was like Safe File 3 before Asteroids and Pac-Man came around. Terminator 1's new take on classic horror movie type. Yeah, and then I like the movie No Country for Old Men because it's very, 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 very similar to the style of Terminator 1.
I enjoy crushing worlds like
So there is the fireball. Can we get there right now with Bomb Squad and Fireball? And these... So, Bomb Squad, Arcane Breath, trade.
I wonder.
I'm one off, I think? And if I use the Bomb Squad and I don't kill them and they can kill the Bomb Squad, then we die.
I wonder.
So I think we need to go Fireball here. AT thinks we're one off too. So do I.
Time runs out on me.
Squad can't go face. That could kill him if we could. It's so painful. Ugh. Got Nightcaps and Burst in the deck. Oh, no. Get back to 8. We lost our damage. Looking for Azure. Nope. Well, there's 2 moves. Move 1. Fallen Hero, ping, Bomb Squad, put them to 6, hope they have no way in 4 cards to kill your Bomb Squad.
What to do?
Direction 2, you Fallen Hero, you ping, you trade, you use Arcane Breath. You've got the Fallen Hero on board against their 8 health. Because they got 5 cards left. Yeah. When they can play 4 at a time, I don't think I can beat them. Squad self-leafed, right? Very well could be. Very well could be. I think they can kill the Bomb Squad. I think they can kill the Bomb Squad.
Time runs out on
But... I don't think I can win if I don't play it. I don't think I win if I play it either. I think we're just dead. So easy to kill it. Yeah.
You really know how to spring forward.
Thank you. Let's wreak some havoc.
Give us up, it's not this game. Man. It is. It is. I said we'd play until we lose. We played 4 more games. We played 4 more games, but... yeah, we played for 7.5 hours. That's a good size stream. Lion wants some Elden Ring. 80 wants some Elden Ring. Well, it's ATD's birthday. And it says 24-hour stream, sure thing. Just put 1,000 American dollars on the PayPal. Actually, maybe the Patreon. More verifiable. Because you got a lot of viewers here right now. Yeah, but we've been going for 7.5 hours. We've been going for 7 hours. I appreciate everybody being here. It's been a good day viewership-wise. We got some new follows. But yeah, no, 7.5 hours. I almost quit after the last draw. Alright, good to see you today. Hope we're good to go. We got a Mage deck we're playing yesterday, so we played we lose. We made it to 4 wins before we take a loss. We got 2 Snowmen, we got 2 Drakefire, we got a Night Captain. Some Spellkins. There's some good stuff in here for sure. An Arcane Breath with quite a number of dragons.
Jaina versus Uther.
We're doing great.
I will fight with honor.
I'll dance circles around you.
Huh? Guess we'll trade off the Drakefire. It's a couple of turns away.
Happy spring.
Yeah, since we don't have a 2-play anyway, we get to ping the 2-1. Often referred to this as giving us a gift. Because we didn't have anything to do anyway. Mikazans is good Sunday, Mikazan. Although, wait, is it still Sunday? Or are you on to Monday yet? I don't know. But, yeah. Hope you're doing great. And hey, I'm doing a little better. I'm doing a little better. Just seeing you, but also with Bruce. With Bruce with 26 months of sub, 2 years and 2 days.
Excellent decision.
The first excellent decision of the day. As how'd yesterday go? We had a couple of funny games, but yeah, not very hot overall. You know, 2 days ago was great. We had the 11, we had the 12, but yeah, yesterday was 5, 4, 7, 2, and then we had this. Yeah, you know, just lots of losses. Discovered dragons. It's how things are going. But yeah, then we played like 2 hours Elden Ring. And I think I'm at the line. I have one other thing to do. It may not be end game, but I think I'm at the line in Elden Ring that says end game. Here's where end game starts. I think I'm there. And so I'm curious to see that. I don't think we'll... well, you wouldn't want to see it anyway, right? But I don't think we'll be doing any more Elden Ring today. But maybe a special stream tomorrow. But yeah, looking forward to see where it goes. Approaching the end game, but yeah, looks like it may be backloaded with a lot of bosses, which is not a problem, but...
Foolish creature! Now you freeze!
Alright, much safer with Bruce's support. Hopefully we can dedicate a win here to Bruce. I don't know what their secret is.
Into the breach!
Could be Avenge. Could be Reckoning. At least it needs to save Elden Ring fix today. Like I said, I don't think it'll happen. We got that one thing. That one thing that may not be the end game. Let me see. Ugh, I can't remember the name of it. Looks like there might actually be a lot of stuff there. Let's see. What do we got now? We've got... So, if this were Avenge and we traded here, this would go out of range of Sky Talon, but not out of range of Sky Talon plus Direwolf.
I wonder.
But it is, in fact, Reckoning. Am I gonna trade off this Drakefire amulet again? Maybe not. It's still several turns away, but maybe not. So if I trade the Cookie Chemist somewhere, it'll die to Reckoning. Or if I go face with it. Yes, I play second character for stream shenanigans. Way more tilting than playing on stream now for some reason. Interesting. I suppose... I don't know. Maybe it's because you don't want to get overly tilted on stream. You make an oh, yeah, that's fine. You make an effort to put on a happy smiling face. And when that restriction is gone, you can unleash the salt? I don't know, maybe. It's just a theory. It's just a theory. The only thing I've really done off stream with the second character, I got a second character. I just grinded some XP to hit some requirements, and we went to do some PvP. But yeah, already, you know, I had not really looked into the PvP meta at all, type thing. But already, pretty much everybody I was looking at was using one of 2 weapons for PvP. So, I was like, eh. It probably has to do with different playstyles of power level, like Stream is strength with Great Axe, which feels stronger in a way than Dex / Katana. You get to stagger enemies more, right? You get to make them flinch. That can be useful. Yeah, because the
Reporting for duty.
character I was doing off stream was, yeah, the strength plus great sword, the berserk sword. So again, keeping in mind this is Reckoning. Because PvP sucks. You're pretty much always in gangster trade. Yeah, which is interesting because you know, I actually don't really love all the meme messages breaking immersion for a first playthrough, so I think I'm okay playing offline anyway. But I didn't realize that, like, the new invasion rules are nobody invades you unless you have a co-op partner. You know, so that would have made me think about playing online, even on stream. Because I didn't realize that was the rule. Onyxia versus Halle. I mean, I've got a couple of spells. Somebody uses Taunter's Tongue. Yeah, which I saw. I did see a little bit here and there. A little bit. Do I want to trade these off because they're getting replaced by whelps anyway? I suppose. Alright. We got 8/8 Onyxia. We got 4/10 Twin Tyrant. We got some whelps. They got a Reckoning. One of their cards is the coin. They still haven't used the coin. Is Raid Boss Onyxia immune versus the secret? No, it's not. A big game hunter or Onyxia, which is, a little annoying. A little annoying. Not devastating. Not this time. I still don't know if it's my issue, if it's the game issue, but yeah. The PvP also almost always felt a little laggy. A little laggy, which I don't remember Dark Souls 3 feeling a little laggy constantly. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Is it not PvP at all, so people might enjoy it still? Run a gankers 10 times. Well, so I don't know if you realized or not, but there's kind of two ways to go about it. One is you PvP, you use the invader sigil somewhere out in the open. And if somebody's co-oping out in the open, they're usually looking to do what you're seeing, the ganking thing. The other thing you can do though is you can invade near a boss thing in like a fort. Like people literally would run into you. Right, and I ran into that almost every time when trying to invade out in the open. But invading in a castle, then I always saw co-op people trying to run through a boss door. And a lot of times, you know, they'd be right next to the boss door. I would just zone in, zone out, which is like, I mean, that's nothing. But sometimes I was able to catch them. Sometimes I was able to catch them and have some fun. Still a 2-on-1 fight, but they weren't waiting for me, and they weren't wearing, you know, optimal PvP gear and this, that, the other thing. So doing an invasion in like a fort as a boss can work out better, even if you'll also get teleported out, because it's like, they engage the boss right away. But I was having a little bit more fun invading inside forts where it was not people waiting on you. Well, they got the bridge, but they're out of cards. They just get a 3/3 hero power, and we're still at 30 health. Let's go ahead and get the Spellkin destroyed by the Reckoning. And take another Spellkin? I mean, I don't have a dragon from Malagos, so yeah.
And you get a spell.
There's the Reckoning. Way ahead on board, way ahead on cards. I mean, they got their bridge, but it looks almost impossible for them to win now. They just have no resources, and we still have resources. Dungeon PvP is preferable for some personal entertainment noted. Yeah, that was what I was finding. But it can also be frustrating, because if they're right by the boss door, then you're spending all your time in load screens. Load in, they went to the boss, load out. Load in, they went to the boss, load out. Him says, no way, I'm playing you right now. Just want to verify. It's so cool. Not look at your cards. Leave it now. You probably win. You're gonna. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm assuming Tim's not hearing me anymore, but I'm like, about the only way you're gonna win is discovering a big dragon like Deathwing. And, you know, discover a dragon right away, maybe. Nah, that's not Deathwing. It's still helpful. It's still helpful to him, but it's not Deathwing. If we play Herald of Lacalar, we draw our other Snowman. If I don't play the Herald now, I might accidentally draw the Snowman next turn, even though it's low odds. Get the 3 damage shooting star. I don't know. I don't know how often Tim is here, but yeah, first time chat. Been following since 2019.
Reporting for duty.
Delicious.
Okay, well, let's draw the other Snowman.
Valley will be your icy tomb.
This is good luck of the runs there. I appreciate. Like I said, like, you know, 8 days out of the last 9 have been like, you know, 5-win average. We'd like to be doing a bit better than that. But, we also got the Hearthstone next expansion being announced on Tuesday. So, and Ixar, who's the interim, I hit the best target, interim game director, said he thought it would become a fan favorite. We'll see if that's true. I also say it's a good trailer, good song type thing. We'll see. Through an albatross, but that's okay.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Well, they got the Discovered Dragon, they got the Twin Tyrant.
Reporting for duty.
But we are still yet on board, and we still have the 9-mana 9/9. We still have another Drakefire in deck. Twelve damage.
A simple spell.
I can play Elemental Allies, but what would be the point? Do I have 2 Elementals there? I do. I have Glacial Shard and I have Steam Surger. Now,
You really know how to spring forward.
I mean, the game is effectively over, but if we were thinking about Elemental Allies... Albatrosses everywhere.
And you get a spell.
Someone spin out Scruff. Scruff's a good boy. Scruff wanted like no attention today at all. Scruffy wanted nothing.
Reporting for duty.
Nothing to do with me at all today. 0 attention does Scruffy want today. So far, anyway. But he's ignoring me. Scruffy's just, you know, walking around, doing his thing. So who's a good boy? Leaned down, scratched his ears, rubbed his back, and, you know, and he stops. He stops. But he's like just putting up with it. As soon as I took my hand off of him, he started walking on his own way again. Didn't even look at me. Scruffy is in total independent mode today. Sometimes Scruffy wants to roll around. Sometimes Scruffy wants to play. Sometimes Scruffy wants to lick your nose. Pay attention to what you're doing. Beg for some food or something. Nope. 100% independent mode. He made my day. Even killing you, I made your day. Alright. Well, GG. Good to have you, Tim. And, assuming I didn't kill your deck, I don't know what score you were at, but hope it goes far. He's like, got some business to do, yeah. Yeah, Scruffy don't care. There you go. There you go. Scruffy off to find mop bucket. Species with GG. Rake says hello, good to see you, Rake. I know Rake plays Genshin. Yeah, I mentioned on the Discord right before the stream, while condensing the resin in Genshin Impact, I decided to do one round of the Bartender's Challenge thing, which I don't know if you've done or not. But, yeah, I was going through it. I think you get 3 minutes, maybe it's 4 minutes. But you get 3 or 4 minutes. And I did 8 drinks, 8 hard points. And I thought I had initially seen that the max score for rewards... Oh, Rick's doing it right now, yeah. I thought I had seen the max score for rewards was 1,000. And I got 800 first try. I'm like, ooh. Well, I mean, I was moving a little slower than I could, but slipping in 2 more drinks in that time period is going to be kind of tough. Tougher than I would expect. And then when I got out of it, it's like max score is 500. I'm like, oh, okay, well... Alright, so I got 800 out of 500 first try. Okay, easy enough then. So we can coin Snowman as a 3/3, plus get the 6/6. And then next turn, we can go like 4/5, or just drop the Albatross. We can also take an 8-mana Drakefire. That's a lot further away. Alright. Oh, wait, yeah, sorry, next turn is 3. To buildeth the Snow Kingdom. We got this discovered snowman. There's 2 in the deck as well. Yes, Rose is to be a good bartender. Gotta take some time to have good banter. I know nothing about banter, and I know nothing about interacting with people. Anyway, Slenderman says, hold on, let's interact here. Makes on doing the John slide, by the way. I finally watched all the Matrix movies now. It's interesting that, you have the fairly unique experience, I assume, of seeing the Matrix 1 and the Matrix 4, which is, made over 20 years later, within days of each other, I saw the Matrix when it came out in 99. You saw it extraordinarily condensed, which I did with Neon Genesis Evangelion. Evangelion was split across the same time period, roughly. Actually, even a little bit longer. And so I saw the original Evangelion very close to the last Rebuild movie. I got that, 30-plus years of history extraordinarily condensed. But the Matrix I experienced in real time. Attack here. It's a little interesting. If we play Dragon Breath, we can activate Steam Surger, but I probably don't want to play Steam Surger next turn. I probably want to play Hippogriff or Night Captain.
What to do?
I'm gonna abandon the Flame Geyser synergy. Jonathan Smith to fight the lightning. Actually, 9 p.m. last night. Should be online closer to 12 hours now. Did I say at 9 p.m.? Well, we lost an hour today anyway. Now what are we doing? I don't have a target for the Night Captain, really. I guess we'll just develop the Hippogriff. Kill the 1/2. Says... Guess I think they should have went with the plot they did in the most recent one. It's good to be active quality. Come on, it's so cliche.
You wanna cast a spell?
We have this. Well, that also kind of happens in the very first movie. I'm gonna look for the shooting star here. Got it. Go redeem his name, my voice.
Amazing.
I could have played a 6/6, but I had confidence that my 3/5, which you just destroyed, would get the shooting star I was looking for to clear your board. I don't know. It's just... Wow, Yugi. So you're saying with confidence and faith in the heart of the cards that I could... Not you, Joey. Never you. I could do it, though. You play the 6/6. Okay, Yugi. Just Snowman here, though, I think. We could trade the Drakefire, but we're approaching turn 10. I think I'm gonna keep it. Uh-oh. Man. I miss John also said, I think the hardest mini game ever to max win was either Dino Feeding and Chrono Cross, which I haven't played, or Chocobo Time Travel on FF10 for Tisa's final weapon where you needed a, wait, 0.00 time? Wait, what? A 0.00 time? Doesn't that mean you need to teleport the finish line as the map starts? What? If I know about this, I don't remember it. I am, in fact, as I so often am, confusion. Rick says Genshin normally has the Freemo gems in easy-to-reach tiers. Well, I mean, and like I said, I got 800 points. The gems require like 300. And then there's a, you know, Mora reward for like 400, and then 500, they just give you some weapon enhancements materials, which are almost worthless. So, you know, it's very, very, very easy to complete. Which, again, like you say, is usually the case in Genshin. For the events. They're balloons that lower time. Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense. Let's see. We can ping and Knight Captain. There's nothing I can do about their stalker, right? Not right now. Get out of here, stalker.
Who is next on the chopping block?
Alright, we're at 20 health. They have 8 damage on board. You should do Yu-Gi-Oh! Goes the Elden Ring. Yugi, you say if I attack this boss enough times, it'll lose all its hit points, I can advance next year? That's right, you talk, yeah. No, I feel like the comedy would come from Joey actually being really good at Elden Ring. And Yuki's not. Because there's no luck factor in Elden Ring at all. There's no belief in the heart of the cards. You just have to dodge roll. Just do the dodge roll, Yugi. Like, no. I'm going to cast spells like Dark Magician Girl would want. At 11 health, I'm very interested in completely clearing their board. Can't really pull that off, can we? What we could do is, you know, get the 9/9 and freeze the 5/5. This will probably be good enough. Joey also principally gets by unlucky Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, see,
Yeah, I don't need.
In my universe, Joey doesn't get by. In my canon, Joey doesn't get by at all. Alright, well, we can trade here and here? Freeze the 6/4.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you know what? Man, this is fine. I realize now that I had the capacity, I think, to flip the Volcanic Drake to 4/6. And then I could have traded my Knight Captain that got the honorable kill. Everyone with no souls, Joey. Lose, go try to... Everyone with no souls, Joey. Now, I don't trust those sites of grace, Yugi. I think that flaming golden flame is gonna hurt me. I never sit down. Just keep moving.
What to do? What to do?
Is it Drakefire time? Got 18 damage. Got more with Direwolf. Double Protectorate. Especially this. It's, I've heard a couple of tales. You know, when I've looked at some of those VODs. They've looked fine, but yeah, I think Zelda was telling me about a certain boss taking more than 33 attempts. Yeah, I got in one. But when I've looked at VODs, it's looked fine. You know, like the first fairly big boss, Margit, looked fine to me. I refuse to read that message, Mikaza. No, yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Torn. That's the one. You know, I got that in about 5 seconds, and so I was a little astounded from what I was hearing there.
Let the hunt begin.
I immediately said, "Oh, the health's not going down. What's up with that?" That's the only stuff I didn't do was the stuff I don't have powers for yet. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. This is not Elden Ring. This is Fallen Order. All right. The planets. Wait, what? If you're going to different planets, you're way ahead of me in Elden Ring. Did you say bonus stream? Today? No, today's not bonus stream. Tomorrow would be bonus stream. We always do a Sunday stream, pretty much. This is just what happens. Alright, let's go ahead and do... not really what I'm looking for against Hunter. I don't think I need card draw. Let's take Mayor. I don't know if I need that either. Thought about just going Snowmen. There's a bonus stream tomorrow. Maybe Elden Ring tomorrow. We've done it the last 2 Mondays. Oops, I forgot to end my turn. But I haven't decided yet. But yeah, sorry, John said, forgot to say, got Force Push. Finish the majority of the Ice Cave Planet. Don't join the game. Purge Trooper super hard, but Force Pushing Rocket the Back is super satisfying. What difficulty are you playing on out of interest, if you know? Because yeah, at max difficulty, Fallen Order plays like Dark Souls.
The light protects
And then the lower you put it, the less and less like Dark Souls it plays. I'm a Slenderman about the Matrix says first Matrix is the best one. I agree with you on that. Still think the second one's pretty good. I mean the freeway chase is cool. There's still a lot of stuff I don't like in the second movie. Third and fourth one, worse than the other two. Still enjoyable to watch, though. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed them. But hopefully you see where I'm coming from, though, when I make the joke, you know. It's a shame they never made any sequels to The Matrix. They only ever made one. Could have been cool. Hey, this draws the other snowman, I believe.
This valley will be your icy tomb.
Off with their heads!
And yes, make it to the wind down. We'll live stream, catch you later. Good to see you today, Makazan. All the best to you. Makazan does stream, by the way. Streaming the Elden Ring right now. I streamed a lot of other stuff in the past. Elden Ring, Warframe, that's pretty much it. So we got the Volcanic Potion. Volcanic Potion, we would want to trade there and ping the... Wait.
What to do? What to do?
Yeah. If I trade there and I ping here, I leave him with a 1-1 and a 3-1. If I ping here, I leave him with a 1-1. Trying to see if we can do any better here. Trade here. We trade here and ping there. Yeah, trade the 1-1 death rattle. Yeah, I leave him with 3 1-1s if we go this way, right? And this has more health, which seems better overall. I think that's the best. Now I'm hoping they play in the Flame Strike. Hit him with that AoE, him with another AoE.
Every strike, we will strike back harder.
Now where are we? I've got this flip. I don't really have a follow-up to the flip. Says we're fine. We're fine for now. We have enough health for the moment. I could play like the 6-6, but if they were to play a deadly shot, that'd be really bad. Look at the glyph, but then I can't play the 6-6. Does look like the 6-6 is the way to go to me. If they have something like deadly shot, we're gonna be in trouble. I spent all more in grinding, so you could win a Ferrari ticket. Just end up losing 3 times to draft 3 bucks next year. Yeah. I'll tell you the same thing that you may have already heard, but I say pretty often is that, yeah, if you want to be able to do less grinding, well, or have more opportunity to grind, I can't. Well, yeah. If you want to play more arena without having to put more time in, you can play on 2 servers. Play on 2 servers, you get twice the daily quests. You get twice the easy gold, the fast gold. So, if you never considered that, at least put it in your mind. We can trade here and then Flame Strike. They get a 5-5. And we drop a Mistress Mixtures that can heal us. If I trade here and Flame Strike, they get a 5-2. Although it would be able to buff the rest of their board. If I trade there and ping there, they keep just the 4 attack for the moment. That may be the way to go.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Better look at the Primordial Glyph first. Hey, Skibasta, great to see you. Hope you're doing great today. Hope it's continuing to be a good weekend. And John started on Jedi Master. Want the real experience. Yeah, ooh, okay. Yeah, I did go for the highest difficulty. You know, overall the game is certainly still not quite as tough as a Dark Souls game, but it had some trouble on some bosses for sure. Had some trouble on some bosses for sure, and like you said, just things like the Purge Troopers and such can be trouble. Alright, we got the Flame Strike. Wish we could drop a minion too, but we can't. So they're top decking, but we only have 11 health. Of course, I can use the Volcanic Potion to kill my own Mistress Mixtures if I need to emergency heal. This is beautiful Flame Stack. It's beautiful. Just play the Schnoger? Yeah? Hoping they can't do 9 damage in 1 turn with 2 cards. Seems kind of tough. Yes. I was saying, thanks for the follow the other day. I was saying Gab. I wanted to say Gabbo, but you know, it's a Simpsons reference. Ah, they're dead. They're dead. Yes, appreciate the follow the other day. Hope you're having a good weekend. Gabbo. Who or what is Gabbo? All right, we got the infinite. Actually, I thought we were going to 6, but we went to infinite. I'll take it. I'll be happy about it. John says that dex lizard drill things about 10 times the Panda wreckage. Yeah, the when we were streaming Fallen Order, yeah, a lot of times I would talk about the idea that, you know, it's like I'm not a big fan of the prequels. I think John likes the prequels more than me, I believe. And so I was talking about everybody gets to be happy in this game. The people who want prequel stuff, they're getting a couple of flashbacks, and they're getting prequel stuff being shown. And me, as not a fan of the prequels, all the prequel stuff is wrecked and destroyed. So I'm happy too. It's the wreckage of the Venator. The Venator's a pretty cool looking little Star Destroyer thing. But yeah, I was making fun of that. I don't know if I remember the steps of that gag or not.
Side effects?
Looks
No.
different.
Trust me.
There's some good Stormtrooper banter in the game.
This might sting.
Guess Garcia go bust, burn this up with a special. I remember that. I remember that. I just don't remember the setup for the line you're quoting. Okay. Let's just build a snowman. I guess I'm gonna heal him for 3. Oh well. Oh well. I was really impressed with Stormtroopers. Watch them fight some of the lizards and goats and stuff like, wow. Throwing a random chat here. You guys have been doing all right. Some kids can talk about some comedy special for Mr. Clown. I sent him away. It's doing good. Right, and then it turns out to be a really hyper union special. Really hyper union special she wished she was involved in. Okay. Alright. I think we'll sky Talon. Send in the clouds. I love you, Krusty. Not here. There's scripted clowns, not in this meta.
Who is next on the chopping block?
Oh! Okay, I mean, this is kind of weird. So we have to Hippogriff first for 4 damage. We'll miss the honorable kill. But we have to go with the Hippogriff first, because I need the extra damage from the Direwolf. Interesting. Interesting. Direwolf math. Didn't pick up truck, the little beer can, so they ran off the plant. I need to rewatch The Simpsons. I said earlier. Let's just drink up and up. Yeah. There you go. I actually do feel like my lower lip is a little dry. Probably slightly not hydrated enough.
Already.
Chris just watched the Gap episode the other week. I mentioned that, you know, a couple of years ago when they put The Simpsons on Disney Plus, I ran through literally all of it, even the newer seasons which I'd never seen. But I wasn't paying much attention. I wasn't paying much attention. I was running them while like playing Genshin Impact or something. So I watched them recently, but not really. Oh yeah, she should have did the same, yeah.
Finally, a second chance.
Good draw. Good draw. We're just gonna do... Cold? No, I can use Learn Draconic with Snowger, actually. Alright, let's kill the Getting. And normally I would ping their face. But since we're playing Snowger next turn, we can do the Learn Draconic to summon a 9/9 and a 6/6 simultaneously. Here's ever says first 10 seasons only. Found there plenty of episodes in 11 through 16 that were great. Yeah, I usually say that. I always say that I think everything up to season 10, or almost everything up to season 10 anyway, is very good and worth watching. But then, I think like half the episodes in season 11 are good. And once you get to 12, though, I think only like, 3 or 4 episodes a season are any good. I don't know how long that lasts. But, when I think there's only like 4 good out of like 22. That's a pretty low ratio. There's just a bit in Shakespeare. Okay, well, we're just gonna Drakefire up. Raid Boss Onyxia could kill the 5/5 or let us do 6 face damage. They're down to 9. We're showing 18 damage on board. So why did they get worse? They lost a lot of their the writers from the first 10 seasons. I'd say that's the main thing. No, Kielbasa says Saves play against a guy named Ban in all caps, and Kielbasa play against somebody called Hog in all caps. Hopefully they both lost. Ban lost. Alright, banned already. 8 wins, 1 loss. Does Krusty get canceled? We have different connotations nowadays. Well, and I think in Krusty Gets Canceled, Bill Cosby is mentioned at least once, I think. He's mentioned a lot in the early seasons of The Simpsons, because The Simpsons was competing against The Cosby Show. And a lot of those jokes have taken on a different tone now. Alright, 8 wins, 1 loss. Speaking of, Save must be a big fan of Futurama. Same deal as The Simpsons to a degree. Same deal as like Family Guy. I love those first 3 seasons. It's 3 seasons, right? Not 4. Before they got canceled. And then the post-cancellation stuff, I probably only like about 20 to 25% of it. So yeah, the pre-cancellation stuff, the first 3 seasons are impeccable. And then they did some good stuff afterwards. But so yeah, because I haven't liked most of the post-cancellation stuff, I'm not super excited about them bringing it back for a 4th time. But hopefully there'll be, again, at least some good stuff in there. Hopefully. There's American Dad. It's like the only animated cartoon that got better. I did like quite a bit of American Dad that I saw. I don't think I've seen any of the American Dad episodes from the last decade. But I liked quite a bit of it that I saw back in the day. Just Family Guy is pretty much unwatchable since Seth left for the Orville. Well, what's amusing, though, is, right, there is no way for Seth MacFarlane to not at least have minimal oversight, because he voices 3 of the characters. So, he's forcibly involved. He has to be there.
Finally, a second chance.
So at least they got Bender back. Yeah, I think it sounded like they did give him more money, right? Which, hey, great. I like John DiMaggio. But, yeah, I feel like if they had tried to play hardball, there's no way. There's no way that they wouldn't have got him back, because if he didn't go back, then he'd be dealing for years with fans, gabbing at him, complaining that he didn't do it. But, I like John DiMaggio. If they did give him more money, great. 8, good to see you. John DiMaggio was in this channel on Netflix. Well, he's in tons of stuff. He was one of the stars of Adventure Time. He voiced one of the villains in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, he's all over the place. He's not hurting for work. Logan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, voices Waka in Final Fantasy X, which I honestly always forget. I always forget that. Whenever anybody brings it up, I'm like, that's true, isn't it? And Kamari. Really? I don't know if I ever knew that. Kamari doesn't have much to say.
Who is next on the chopping block?
Take the 6-6 over the 3-5 Wind Fury. Which is the Joker in the animated Batman Red Hood movie. Which, was kind of a gruffer voice, right? If I recall correctly. I did see that, but, you know, I saw it when it came out. It's been a while. He's a neighbor on that family show with 10 kids. I don't know if I don't know if I know what we're talking about. Cartoon. Family show with 10 kids. I don't know. Loud House. Okay, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. Good.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
My shield for Argon.
Off with their heads!
I'm gonna go face here. Might get punished for it. I'm supposed to voice the robot in Futurama. He voiced Flexo? Holy cow. Actually, maybe he did voice Flexo. I don't know.
The will of the
Jake the dog. Prevention. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned. I think I mentioned Adventure Time, which I do not. I'm not super up on Adventure Time, but certainly aware. Certainly aware that he did that role.
A simple spell.
Calculon. Yeah, is he actually the voice of Calculon? The incredible acting talent. Would that be him? Oh, is he?
Off with their heads!
Probably not. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I'm trying to match that voice. Who would have been Calculon? Incredible. I wonder if he actually is. I wonder if it could be Billy West actually. Calculon voice. Oh, it's Maurice LaMarche, who's also the voice of, say, the Brain on Pinky and the Brain. And who else did he play on Futurama? He played Kif. He played Kif. And he played Morbo. Yeah, that guy. Love the Brain. Love the Brain, Pinky and the Brain. Hobo says, Adventure Time was watchable even into the 30s. Love that show. Yeah, I've only watched the first few episodes. I liked quite a bit of what I saw, but I've never gone in on the rest of it. I should. I am certainly not opposed to watching good cartoons. I really enjoyed. I saw all of Gravity Falls. I liked that one a lot. What were some other cartoons I enjoyed when I was a little old? Yeah, I liked. I really liked Invader Zim. I mean, Invader Zim at this point is like 20 years old, but I really liked Invader Zim. And Avatar. Avatar Last Airbender. Avatar Last Airbender is wonderful. Yeah, 100%. There's a Regular Show was their favorite. I've not seen Regular Show, but I know Mark Hamill was on Regular Show. There's Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty is targeted at older people though, unlike these other shows. Was his Last Airbender Netflix? They're making a Last Airbender live action show for Netflix supposedly. I guess I'm gonna trade here because I've got like nothing playable. This is somewhat helpful. Still annoying though. That was a really good untargetable taunt for them. Venture Bros, right? But yeah, Venture Bros also still Adult Swim, still targeted older people more so than say Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just so you know, early after the 30s. But yes, you know, that's more targeted at you than Avatar: The Last Airbender or Adventure Time or My Little Pony. Two best sisters play. This is the opinion. Mega's XLR was a show far ahead of its time. Was that was the kind of heavyset guy with the red robot? Am I thinking of the right show? It's Blue Robot. Oh, it was like blue with red flames though, right? Right? Maybe? Deathwing's kind of interesting. So yeah, if I recall correctly, that show had some weird like rights issues, and it like couldn't be aired anywhere for a while. But now somebody got it, like HBO or somebody finally got the rights to air it again or show it. It was a Super J. Let's not shape enough too. That one's a little too weird for me. I saw a little bit of that. I'm like, nah, I can do without this. Not to drink up. This is Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, enough said. You get that thing I sent you? Actually, the new DuckTales is pretty decent. Somebody told me that they thought the new DuckTales had one of the greatest finales of like any show ever, which makes me curious. But I've not seen the new DuckTales. Let's discard one card and get a 12/12. Does anyone watch this? I saw the name of that show, but I never watched any of it. Chris says, live action anime sound like horrible ideas. Have any worked out yet? Needs to call up a Terminator anime. What you gotta do? Supposedly the Kenshin live action was okay, but I didn't see that. The first one or two Death Note live action movies from Japan, not the Netflix live action Death Note, but the first couple of live action Death Note movies from Japan were actually pretty good. I got a lot of snap freeze.
Your world is doomed.
Who says race cars, lasers, airplanes? It's a duck blue.
The will of the Forsaken is unbreakable.
You cannot break the broken.
Knew I had that. I knew I had that somewhere just sitting around.
I wonder.
That says the image has changed? Wait, what image? What are we talking about?
And you get a spell!
Oh, you're talking about Deathwing? Yeah, this is the core Deathwing. That doesn't discard every card in your hand. It only discards one for each minion destroyed. Alright, 9 wins, 1 loss. Keep talking about DuckTales, because we're going to take a 3-minute break. I'm hoping chat doesn't die. I guess the message got a bit messed up, but let's see if I can make it out. We're at a time of Disney comics when you were kids, so DuckTales is kind of crazy. Most people are probably aware of the characters from DuckTales the cartoon instead of the Disney comics, I think is what you're trying to say. He says, you can't do it to me. What, playing only part of the DuckTales song? Monk at TOS. David Tennant, DuckTales is amazing. I love David Tennant. Yeah, and the guy who previously played Scrooge He was still he passed away, unfortunately, but he was still playing Scrooge when he was like over 90 years old. I forget how old he was when it was the last time he played it, but he was like 92 or something crazy. Good on him. All right. We are gonna take that 3-minute break. Yeah, I should watch that DuckTales thing. It's on Disney Plus. So it's real easy. It's real easy. I think it's only 3 seasons, like most cartoons. It's 3 seasons is like what it takes to get enough episodes to go into syndication on TV channels. Anyway, we'll be back in 3 minutes. Thanks for being here. Uh-oh, what's going on there? Oh, I understand. Okay, we're back. We're back in 3 minutes. Thanks for sticking around to do the break. 9 wins. Glad to see it. Try said the time changed like a train. Didn't know what changed, but everything's really different. Yeah. What's really interesting is that Korean game, Lost Ark, that was, really popular on Twitch before. I assume it's fallen off a lot, especially with Elden Ring. How's Lost Ark doing right now?
My sorcery will prevail.
Still 100,000 viewers. That's pretty good. I expected it to be lower than that. Lost Ark, the translation, the localization was paid for by Amazon, but it's a Korean game. And so, consequently, Lost Ark runs on, it has like 1 billion things, and they run on timers. And so it's like, okay, at 11:20, everybody go to this island. At 11:20, this island thing is happening. And then, like 11:40, a different thing happens. At noon, a different thing happens. And so, but because it's Korean, it didn't account. It didn't account for daylight savings time. And all the timers are off by an hour right now. I think they announced something about a fix, but like all day today, apparently people are, going to locations because the timer says this event's happening, and it's not. It's not. It's off by an hour. Pyros, huh? Pyros is a lot like Build a Snowman, but it doesn't freeze stuff. This is Corset Dragons incoming. The Fairy add 2 random spells to your hand to make last. They cost 0. Yeah. Commands every time you draw a card, add another copy to your hand. Costs 1. And I'll also say Battle Cry, draw a card. Alright, we activate the Steam Surger. Now I got the DuckTales theme stuck in my head. This is woohoo. They are going to sacrifice. They're not. I was gonna say they are gonna sacrifice their 3/4 to the 5/4, right? They actually didn't. So we can go Arcane Breath and Flame Geyser. But I think this is genuinely just a pretty good opportunity to use the Bomb Squad.
Firebomb ready!
Do we want to make them hopefully have to ping the Steam Surger? I'm just going with the Hippogriff. I think I will, but this may not work the way we want it to.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
We want to get the Hippogriff as far away from the 5/1 as possible to try to play around Meteor. Try to.
Don't let them harm the eggs!
Well, got a great trade there. However, We're also already... We're not threatening lethal, but we can do a lot of damage like this. We can put up to 9. That trade's probably too good, though. Just give him to 4? 4? You think Arcane Breath can go face? I mean, the Flame Geyser can. I've been playing Korean MMORPGs for a long time. Still missing the old days of Arc Eagle. That one I'm not sure if I know. Black Desert Online is a highly tracked combat system. I know a bit about Black Desert. What's interesting is Black Desert Online and Lost Ark are almost at the same age. But since Lost Ark didn't have a global server, it's kind of new to EU and NA and Middle East. Yes, yeah. Yeah, Lost Ark, like, just had its 3rd year anniversary in Korea, I think. Yeah, it's very unclear to me how much content from the later years the Western release has versus does not have. Looking for, well, actually 2 snap freezes would be really good, but I'm really just looking for 1. Unfortunately, we didn't find it. We're down to 6 health. We've only got 2 burst damage from hand, though. Been closed beta, enjoyed the game, but didn't start when it officially came out because the combat system feels so old. Weird Black Desert Online, which can be playing 4 years, though. I mean, it's Diablo-style combat. Old? I don't know. But yeah, Power Computers, Lost Ark New Worlds, yeah, both funded. Both funded by Amazon. I didn't try New World at all. But yeah. I've still been enjoying Lost Ark so far. Like I've said before, I don't know if I will stick with it at all, because it does, to play optimally, it asks a lot of your time, but I'm not sure yet to what degree I can play suboptimally, but maximize time efficiency. Because it has some mechanics revolving around that for sure. Quite a lot of them. This is just giving more of your wallet, does it? I don't know. I don't know. So far, there's only been 1 or 2 things in Lost Ark that I've been like, yeah, you gotta spend some money on this. You can whale Lost Ark, you can, but it seems wholly unnecessary. It's okay, enough with MMOs. Serve the opinions, time to drink it. I've played a lot of MMOs, not Korean ones, really. I played EverQuest and World of Warcraft and Star Wars Galaxies and a few others. But, you know, no, I mean... We got time to talk. Don't worry. Alright, 2 wins, 1 loss. How's the Genshin Impact going on? Just2/Dragon on the Discord was pointing out that the 3rd region of Genshin, Inazuma, has now been out for longer than the initial release with the first 2 regions. And so hopefully they will be starting to ramp towards releasing the 4th region in a reasonable time period here, but still probably at least 3 months away. But, yeah, what... You know, because of the way the game works, where they only have certain characters featured at certain times, right now I'm gathering equipment for a character I don't have. And is not, you know, currently confirmed when he'll come back, but will assuredly come back at some point. And so I'm gathering materials for a character I don't have. I've got most of them. I've got 4 out of 5. I've got 4 out of 5.
You lack style. Luckily.
Hope to keep enjoying the game more. They got a little bartending event going on right now, which is cute and fun. And yeah, the only thing I super have Genshin to compare to is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius in terms of an Eastern release gacha game. And yeah, it's a big difference between the two. I've talked about it before, but in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, they would release new characters every so often. I want to say every 2 weeks, but I can't recall. And they would put out a little story event featuring that character. But then that character would be like forgotten forever, essentially. But Genshin Impact, they keep bringing their characters back over and over again for story events, and so this bartending event has characters from 2 different regions, and it's all fully voiced. But yeah, it's very interesting to me that, you know, over a year into Genshin, they're still doing new stuff with characters like Eula, characters like Lisa and Jean, and which is very much not what Final Fantasy Brave Exvius was doing. I actually like the reruns of Genshin. So far, there's been, you know, the characters themselves may be power creeping a little, but after a year and a half, things are relatively horizontal, right? You know, Zhongli is just, except for the fact they put the wolves in that go through shields, you know, Zhongli is just as good a character as he ever was. They've never released a better shielding character than him. So I'm personally imagining at some point they'll do some type of power creep, but not so far. So far, everything is horizontal. I wonder if you watched Naruto, including Shippuden. I've seen very, very, very little Naruto, you know. I know the character names, you know, Sasuke and Sakura. Immediately I'm wrong. I'm like, I know the character names. Sasuke and pink-haired girl. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know very much about Naruto. A little bit here and there, but not much.
A simple spell.
Gonna trade there in advance. This is why I wanted you to continue your big wins. Well, you know, I'm obsessed with the idea of timelines. In this timeline where we didn't play more, we got 10 wins today. Maybe in the other timeline where I do play more yesterday, we actually get less. We actually go like 5-3, you know? You never know what you're gonna run into. Okay, we can do this. Because we've got this Flame Strike, but I don't want to use the Flame Strike. What I want to do is I want to Night Captain this, and we'll Arcane Breath here, leave him with just the 1/1 Tar Creeper. Rolling Fireball's pretty sweet. We've actually got a ton of spells in hand, so Siphon Mana is super interesting here, but I think the Rolling Fireball is still just too good. Too good to turn down. As if I tried for games, really enjoy the Steam games Naruto. The combat's also fancy, that's why I wondered. I think I own one of them, just through like a humble bundle. Is that true? Naruto. Oh, I guess not. I guess not. I own 2 One Piece games. One Piece Burning Blood and One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I actually don't own any Naruto games, it seems. Our opponent might be big into the lore, with their name being Anduin Lothar. Uncle Lothar wants you. We have a pretty full hand here.
A simple spell.
But not too full. They discovered a taunt. It could be, you know, the untargetable 7/7 dragon taunt. Other taunts, though. We got Rolling Fireball. We got Double Snap Freeze. Yeah, we got Double Snap Freeze for this one. What are we doing after the Double Snap Freeze? We have 6 mana left. I think I'll actually just develop the Hippogriff on the board. Because I don't like the Snowman enough there. Okay, hoping they don't have like Twisted Nether. Is that game sure coming in face? Means you're experienced already.
Get your ugly mug out of my face.
missed J-Master saying, hopefully the opponent's rank doesn't equate to their hand deck. I played a Knight Captain against them. Malago Straws, Arcane Breath, and Shooting Star, and both Drakefires, which actually like overfills our hand, but right now, I think we have the luxury of taking it anyway. We probably won't need it. We'll probably just be killing them with Fireball, but we'll see.
This time.
It's the Nick from history. It is indeed 11 wins, 1 loss. Give us up for big wins. We got big wins. Can we get the 12? Time will tell. Hopefully. Hope so. Reset with 5 bucks. Think about next time. We only do that at 11-2. Only if it is the guaranteed decisive battle. Well, unless there was a tie, technically. But yeah, we only do that at 11-2. So I'm hoping not to do it. I'd rather just get 12-1, draft another deck, save us some time. Is it just Snap Freeze and Shooting Star? Like Snap Freeze, given much more than other spells. It's Snap Freeze, Shooting Star, but it's also the 2 side quests. There's the Elemental side quest, which is hard to pull off, and there's the 8 mana summon a 6/6 dragon side quest. Oh yeah, David says Arcane Breath, yeah, which, yeah, we don't seem to roll the Arcane Breath randomly very often. Just if you tie, do players win or do players lose? Neither. Neither. You go back to the screen and you have the exact same score. You don't win or lose. Pretty long queue, but we are at 11 wins. If I just rewatched season 1 upload, then was far more dire than you remembered. There a wolf? Dire wolf? Yeah, I remember you said you were excited about season 2, but we did want to rewatch season 1. I know you liked season 1, so I hope season 2 lives up to it. 3 minutes in the queue. I imagine this is not bugged. I mean, we gotta get up to like 6 minutes for me to assume this queue is bugged. 6! I've had a lot of queues at 11 wins lately that I cancel at like 5 minutes or 4 minutes. And it wasn't bugged. But yeah, this is one of the reasons that I fear an arena MMR system, an arena matchmaking system. There's other reasons I fear it, but this is one of the reasons. Because if you add MMR, and with the relatively small arena pool, you'd think it would have to queue for a lot longer trying to find somebody close to your MMR score. There's 11 queues are rough lately. Yeah, there's the 4-minute marker. Could be bugged. Could be bugged, but I really don't want to hit cancel and have it not be bugged. Theirs was 2 minutes. Could be bugged. Could be bugged. Sometimes day banners. It does. For excited, you know it was bugged if you cancel. If it was bugged and you hit cancel, then it comes up with the reconnect prompt. It says, you know, Hearthstone's offline. Reconnect or cancel. Andrew, you're the only person to get to 11 wins this meta, so it's not for anybody. Which means that's the thing. If it's not a bugged queue, a long queue is really good. Because the only person it can match us up against at a higher score than us is 11-0. So the longer we're queued in a non-bugged queue, the more the game starts to say, okay, I'm not finding anybody at 11 wins-ish. How about 10 wins? How about 9 wins? How about not bugged queue? This person could be at 3 wins, 1 loss, after a 5-minute queue. Yeah, they're 3-2. At least I was generous enough to say 3-1.
Jaina versus.
Alright, well, it took a while, but we found X the Priest.
Dance circles around you.
If I have the Sorceress, I guess I'm not gonna keep the Mistress. 6 minutes was the number. Very, very close. Very, very close to me giving up on it.
Shattering.
This is real cute. I need, let's see, can I find this? Can I find this real quick or no?
Drink with me, friend.
Well, my... Q. God damn Q.
I need that. If there's a 5-minute queue, I need that from Star Trek.
Q. God damn Q.
I need that for 5-minute queues. When you sneeze, the shivering sorceress does sneeze. She's cold. She's cold and her nose is red. Which Star Trek show is that from? That's from the newest stuff. That's from Picard.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Too hot for you.
Probably a couple of similar lines on Next Generation, but a little less aggressive. So, I was wondering if it was a spoiler or not. Yeah, it's in the trailers, though. It's in the trailers, so... If something's in the trailers, I kind of consider it fair game. They were not trying to hide the fact that Q is in Picard. Even the first trailer, even the teaser trailer, just had this this Queen of Hearts card or whatever, and the card burns away and just leaves the Q. We can just trade Knight Captain. That's easy.
Spells are fun. So
Next
fun.
on the chopping block.
Let's just hope we lose for the DBZ, which Vortex was asking about. Okay. Well, can play Spellkin and trade. I can go kooky and trade, which leaves us at 6/4 and develops the 4/4. Okay, I think I like this. Boom. Face for 6. And now I think I'm gonna flip this to 4/6, which is a little harder to kill than 6/4. Happy our Star Trek Fantasy Q? Actually, very happy. I would say most people are happy. I would say most people are happy. You know, Next Generation is very popular. That's why they're making Picard in the first place. And Q was a big part of Next Generation. He's in the first episode. He's in the last episode. He's in 4 or 5 of the ones in between. Plus, he's on a lot of episodes of Voyager. I could trade into the 1/1s. I would trade into the 1/1s against Paladin. Against Paladin, where I fear equality, I would trade. Against Priest, I'm gonna push 8 face damage. There's GG with the raid boss. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, but Priest has tricks. Priest has powers. Political powers. What does 4 damage here? Oh, spammy, okay. It's missed 8 face damage. Wait, no, I didn't. I went face for 8. I did. I didn't want to, but I did.
A simple spell.
And just as mappy. That's what we're talking about, because I'm new. We're happy. Yeah, like I have mentioned, and is a light spoiler maybe for Star Trek Picard. I assume I said this at some point when you were here, David, but yeah. A lot of people, including me, were unhappy in the first season of Picard when 200 ships show up and they're all the same ship. The copy-paste fleet. They fixed that in Picard. They fixed that in Picard. They had, you know, more than one type of ship show up. And, yeah, I was very pleased to get away from the copy-paste fleet. I didn't want to persist the doubt. I wanted to trade. You know I always want to trade. You're doubting I wanted to trade? Ah, there's 12. No DBZ names, sorry. I was looking forward to it. Happy to get the 12. Happy to get the 12. Oh, GG. It's a curve. Never even had to play the Drakefire. Got the raid boss instead. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, that's great. That's great. Now, again, I say it all the time. Some people would hate this reward. They'd be like, man, I need more than 250 gold for my 12. I got gold. We got 67,000 gold. I want these 2 golden cards. They're worth 800 dust apiece to me.